Hey everyone, so I wanted to talk about long-term hold investing. And this time I'm going to get a little bit more in depth because it relates to the strategies that I currently use, and it's going to help you identify with some of the things that I do in my personal life. First things first, when I started my long-term investing journey, it started with the uh, stock market. And in the stock market, I started holding a few companies, day trading, swing trading, options trading, all that stuff. Now, I could have gone with companies that did not pay a dividend, which are growth stocks. But for the most part, I decided that I was going to be a dividend investor. And I just found it so fascinating, the idea of compound interest. Compound interest is basically your money working for you over a long period of time and adding more money to that money to make more money over a longer period of time. So it's, for example, if I have $100 and I make 1% on that $100 a year, I make $1. The next year, without putting any more money, I have $101. With that $101, I still make 1%. And then that year, I make a dollar and 1 cent. The next year, I make $1.01 again. The next year, I make $1.01 again. After 10 years, I'll probably make $1.03 or $1.05. But essentially, without putting more money in, just because I earn a dividend, I now made more money than I made the year prior. So that allows me to set certain goals for myself, which excite me all the time. So for example, 2 years ago, when I first started this new portfolio, I would make maybe 60 to 90 cents per month on my dividend investments. So the first goal I had was, let me make $1 per month, right? Which means I would make $12 per month. And my percentage was probably a 2 to 4% dividend yield. And, that gap is very substantial because 4% is a lot. 2% is moderate. And right now I'm around 2.05% in my dividend investing. So you could say I'm on the lower end rather than on the higher end. But that's just to give you some kind of thought. And as I continued, I was able to get that dollar a month. Then the goal was $30 a month, not $10, $30 a month. And here was the thing. I don't know why I always harp back to this, but I always think that if I were to become disabled, I'm paralyzed, I can no longer work for a living. And I lost the house, I lost the car, I lost everything. All I have is my stocks. How would I be able to survive? How would I be able to eat? How would I be able to live? And if I'm taking money from a growth stock, after I take all the money from it, it's gone. But if I take the dividends and I leave my assets in there, then, so for example, if I keep the $100, but I pull the $1 out every single year, I'm still going to get $1 next year, right? So I can always pull out $1 and I will always have my $100. That's why I love dividend investing. So let's say it's 2% rather than 1%, and now I can pull out $2 a year and I will still have my $100 there. So I can pull out $2 every single year without affecting my $100. Okay, what if I have $1,000 now? Now I can pull out $20 a year and that doesn't affect my $1,000. What if I have $10,000 now? Now I can pull out $200 a year and that does not affect my $10,000. Okay, so if I'm pulling out $200 a year and I am disabled, I cannot do anything in this world. There are 365 days in a year. That $200, if I was to go to McDonald's and order a McChicken for $1 and say I don't have change and they give me the McChicken for $1, I would only be able to eat one McChicken per day for 200 days. And after that, I would starve for 165 days. So essentially, I'm going to need to make at least a minimum $365 per year in dividend income just to order one chicken sandwich every single day to survive, right? All right. So the next goal is $1 a day. I made my $30 a month. Now the next goal is $1 a day, right? Which is a little different because you might say, well, $30 a month is already $360 a year. So basically you only need $5 more. But here's the thing. There are some companies that will pay me more than others and they pay quarterly. So one month I might only make $10 and another month I might make $70, but over time it evens out to $30 a month because whichever company I'm more heavily invested in pays me more on certain months than others pay me. So now the goal was I should at least be making $1 a day. So now my portfolio yields roughly about $40 per month, every single month. And I just added, again, $1,200 to that portfolio. So that may increase ever so slightly, however much. Get your 1,200, add 2% to it, divide that by 12, and you'll know how much I'm projected to make per month on top of what I'm already making. But essentially, the goal was now, okay, let's make $1 a day. And in that same breath, I was also able to reach that new goal of mine, which was also have enough money each month to pay my phone bill. So essentially, my phone bill is $40 a month. It has been that for probably the last 2 years. And again, I've already reached that goal. So now I have to set a new goal for myself. And as I was thinking today, that goal is now to make $100 per month. Yeah, so the goal just keeps increasing. And it's a standard that you set for yourself that honestly, it feels good once you've obtained it. And I know that within the next 3 to 4 years, I'm going to reach that goal of $100 a month. And here's why. Right now, I'm investing in this troubling economy, in this difficult time where jobs are being laid off, people are taking money out of the markets. We're not really prosperous at the moment. And when I'm putting all this money in, when it is time for the stock market to rebound, when people are getting jobs everywhere left and right, when inflation is heating up so much that people start to earn more money and then they start to put more money into the stock market than they ever have in the past, I'm going to benefit from that. My portfolio is going to double, is going to triple, and that $40 is going to turn into $120 per month. So I know that within the next 4 years, I can see, as long as I continue to add to my portfolio, as long as I continue to dollar cost average into the market, I will reach my goal. And honestly, all the goals that I've stated before, I've reached all of them within 2 years. 2 years. but essentially I'm looking at doubling, more than doubling my dividend per month going forward. And so that is a whole new challenge in itself that seems scary, and it seems a little far off to me even. But I know that because I'm a long-term investor, I will be able to achieve that. And I do believe that within 4 to 5 years, I will achieve that. And typically when I do set those time horizons for myself, I achieve it a lot quicker than I expect. Because let's say I get to $90 a month and then I get super excited. So now I'm taking money from my savings account and I'm adding a little extra here, or a little extra here and an extra there and an extra there. On top of that, my compound interest is working for me. So on top of the money that I'm already putting in every single month, now my interest is saying, you know what? As you're getting closer to your goal, I'm going to also contribute more to your goal. My money is contributing more because I am contributing more. And you know, that cycle doesn't stop. It's going to continue because I contribute every 2 weeks. And so, you know, that just goes to show that my compound interest is going to continue to work for me. Now, I take the same approach when it comes to real estate as well, especially because I bought with low interest rates. You have a 30-year mortgage. Some people take out a 15, some take out a 20, some take out a 5-year mortgage. Well, I've had a 30-year. What did I do? I've invested a little extra into paying off the homes. Why would you pay off the homes? There's tax benefits, there's this, there's that, there's depreciation, let your tenants pay it off, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff is good and great. But at the end of the day, I hate debt. I'm one of those Dave Ramsey guys, a little bit, but I'm not the one who's putting 20% down on a 15-year mortgage, no. I'm putting 10% down on a 30, or I'm putting 0% down if I can. And if it makes sense, if the numbers make sense. But essentially, what I want to do is I want to own it outright. I want to get rid of that debt. I want to take some stress out of my life. And in order to do that, I need to put a little extra towards it. Not enough to where I'm like, oh, I can't live my life, or I can't do what I want to do. No. Honestly, sometimes it's $5 more. Sometimes it's $10 more. Sometimes it's $20 more. Sometimes it's $40 more. But combined, I probably do not spend more than $100 a month extra on my mortgages. However, because the interest rates are so low, I am literally attacking this thing. And then I just started something new where I put $300 towards each one of my mortgages principal every December as a Christmas present to myself. And that's exciting too. I see a decent chunk taken off just because of $300, especially when your interest rates are under 3%. So when I added principal to one of my properties, instead of it taking $300 off, it took $318 off. And then I put $300 on the other one, it took about $330 or $340 off. I was like, wow, that doesn't make sense. I only put $300. Why am I taking $318 and $330 off of my mortgage? That was foreign to me. I was like, I put less money in and got more money out. That makes no sense. So when people say, oh, you're saving money by not paying it off, hold up, wait a minute. The more money I put into this, literally, it gives me more money. That doesn't even make sense to me. That's crazy. It's like I can pay less to own my own home. That's unbelievable. So if I put $100,000 in right now, I'd probably get $180,000 back. That's ridiculous if you just went straight towards principal. So again, that's something that people don't really talk about. That's amazing. That's amazing. And, you know, I just love it because now it's a countdown for me. Just like when I count up with dividends, I count down with real estate. I'm like, okay, I'm a year into both of my properties, 29 years left. But I'm paying extra, 26, 27 years left. Each month I'm looking at how much principal am I getting back versus the last month? Okay, I got 90 cents more this month. Let's make it $1. Now the goal is to make $1 a month more on my principal than I did the previous month. Once I do that, I can now say each and every single month, I make at least $1 on my principal more than I did the month prior. That's exciting. I want that to be the case. And then I want to get it to $2. Then I want to get it to $4. Then I want to get it to $5. And when I get it to 10, I will be super excited. At the time I get it to $10 a month, I'm probably on the verge of just paying the thing off. So right now my goal is $1 a month. Right now I'm seeing 90 cents on one of them, and I need to get it to $1. So I need to increase that principal that I get back by an additional 10 cents on top of whatever principal I'm already receiving. And what I mean by that is, let's say I get $500 in principal per month, and then the next month I get 590 cents. What I really want to do is I want to get $501 per month, and then the next month I want 502, and then the next month I want 503. When I start to see that, then I'll know that I'm really making a significant change in principal versus interest that I'm paying out. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. Most people need to wait 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years before they start to see that start to occur. And what I would like to do is within the next 3 years, I want to get there. I really want to get there within the next 3 years. And as I get closer to my goals, I really become a fanatic. Right now, the goal is so far away that I'm not really putting too much energy into it. I'm looking at it, I'm excited, but I'm not putting too much thought, too much energy into it because it's just too much money to think about in its totality right now. But I know that over the long term, it's just going to get easier and easier and easier and more believable that I can just achieve these things, starting with the small goals. Once you've accomplished the small goals, once I've accomplished the $10 a month extra on principal, then it's like, all right, when do I just pay this thing off completely? And so that's where I'm at. That's what's really getting me excited. I'm super excited to start to have these thoughts, start to have these discussions. Because when I first bought these properties, I wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna pay it off right away. No. And when I bought these properties, I didn't really know how principal worked in that regard, like how I could make extra, until just this month when I applied straight to principal directly, and that's what happened, rather than just adding it to my monthly payment. And so that's eye-opening, that's awakening. And yeah, so I'm a long-term investor in the stock market. I'm a long-term investor in the real estate market. I'm a long-term investor when it comes to certain CDs that I have. I still have a CD at 3.15%. Right now, regular savings accounts are giving 3% returns. And I shouldn't say regular savings account, high interest savings accounts are giving about 3% returns, which is pretty damn good. But it's still not better than a CD that I bought in 2019, right? Now, savings accounts, high interest savings accounts may go over 315 real soon. And then I might see that there is really no benefit to having that CD, having my money locked up anymore. But it is what it is. In 2019, when it was good, I was benefiting from it. In 2020, when it was good, I was benefiting from it. 2021, I was benefiting from it. 2022, now 3% versus 3.15, not much benefit. But for the last 3-4 years, I was benefiting from it. And hey, I mean, it's still doing wonders for me. It's still above the savings rate that I could get right now. And, I'm just happy to be able to utilize that. So, being a long-term investor has paid me dividends, literally, in more ways than one. And you just know that time in is better than timing the markets. whether it be real estate, whether it be the stock market, because I am able to reap the benefits of just waiting and applying myself and adding more fuel to what's already a fire. And literally, if I just continue to do the same things, people may think I'm in the same position I was last year or the year before, but ultimately, I'm in a much better position than I was just 1 month ago, because 1 month ago, I had more principal to pay. 1 month ago, I had less dividends in my stock market account. And then next month, I'll have less principal to pay. Next month, I'll have more dividends in my stock market account. And so I'll have more interest in my CDs. And so time is just going to continue to allow me to have more. I don't have to think about, am I going to make more dividends next month than I did last month? I know I will. I don't have to think about, will I earn more principal than interest than I did last month? I know I will. I don't have to think about, will I earn more interest on my CDs than I did the previous month? I know I will. So that's the benefits of long-term investing, and just imagining what 3, 4, 5 years looks like from now is unbelievable. I mean, you can't even really guess how much you're going to make, because you always beat your own expectations. That's what compound interest does. And so that's long-term investing in a nutshell for me. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I can do in order to provide more information on these subjects to you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.